This is Indu Tummalakunta, my granddaughter, my daughter's daughter. They stay in Melbourne, and recently from December 10th to December 24th, we had been to Vietnam for a trip. And Indu wants to share her thoughts with the Swetchha Media audience. Indu, namaste.
Namaste.
You are been to Vietnam recently. What are your impressions about Vietnam?
I liked it. It was nice and warm, and it was very friendly. Everyone who we met was nice and welcoming, and yeah.
And you stayed there for a long time. Which are the places you visited?
We visited Hoi An, Hanoi, and Ho Chi Minh City.
And some Suchi tunnels.
Coochie tunnels.
And some Halong Bay and all.
Yes.
You enjoyed the entire trip?
Yes. I enjoyed all of the trips. It was very nice and calm, and there were a lot of nice fruits and food, and yeah.
How is the Vietnam food?
I loved it. It was definitely one of my favorite trips.
Which food do you like more?
As in the Vietnamese food?
Yeah.
I like the pho. It's like noodles. It's like a noodle soup with soft, flat rice noodles and chicken, beef, vegetable, or pork.
Ho Chi Minh City you visited, no? What you have visited that
Coochie tunnels.
Suchi tunnels. You also went into Suchi tunnels. How you feel about it?
It was nice. The tunnels ranged from 20 feet to 50 feet to 100 feet. So there were different levels. We could go until 100 feet, but I only went until 20. There were exits at 20 feet deep and 50 feet deep, but none at 100. So, yeah.
I was told that there are 250 kilometers of tunnels at different layers. Why those tunnels were dug at all? Why?
Because during the Vietnam War, the locals had to hide from the opposing Vietnamese, the North Vietnamese.
And the Americans.
And the Americans. So they couldn't hide above ground because the Americans and the North Vietnamese were conquering those parts. But so they decided to hide underground. They lived in the tunnels for almost 20 years, and yeah, I think that would have been really hard.
What you have seen in Ho Chi Minh City?
The Coochie tunnels and just a lot of the local people and places. So we didn't see
next
that much.
After Ho Chi Minh City, which place you went?
We went to Hoi An.
Hoi An. How you like that place?
It was definitely one of my favorite places in Vietnam. Everything was so nice. We went to the night market, which is where all the markets get set up, and they sell a bunch of things like fans or handmade crafts made out of wood or cloth or something like that.
You saw some museums and art galleries also?
Yes, we saw an art gallery with photos taken by the French photographer Rehan. He took pictures of what he saw around him and people and just how they were. Not that he didn't make them pose a certain way. He just took pictures of how they were.
You stayed in hotels, no? Hotel people are very friendly, or?
Very, very friendly. They were really nice and welcoming, and they wouldn't hesitate to answer our questions about Vietnam and what we could see.
Do you have any language issues there?
No, not really. Most people spoke English.
English. In the tourism sector, they spoke English.
Yes.
From that place where you went?
We went
to Halong Bay?
Yes. Yes, we
Halong
went.
Bay, you enjoyed it really?
Yes, it was
You
very
tell me
fun.
more about Halong Bay, how you spend your time.
So we went on a cruise ship. We saw the Dark and Bright Cave, which was I think 3 caves, and they entered a circle full with Halong Bay langurs, and it was very nice.
You went to swim in the sea?
Yes, there was a water slide, and we could swim in the ocean around our cruise ship. And yeah, it was fun as well.
You saw some Vietnam villages also? You saw the village life? How is it? You like it?
I don't think I would live there, but it was nice for
To see, for a
tourism.
visit.
Yes, for a visit.
What part of that village life? It is called Viet Hai, no? Viet Hai. The village name is Viet Hai. What part of it do you like about?
I liked the market. I liked all the like marketplace. It was very nice, and like it seemed very nice, like friendly and
You
creative.
saw some old type constructions, fish pond.
Yeah, Vietnam was a lot like India, because the buildings weren't all the same size, and yeah, it reminded me of India because of all the different shaped buildings.
And you saw that My Son's temple also?
Oh yes, that definitely reminded me of India. They were built by the Champa people who later became Indian, who later settled down in India, and yeah, they had like Ganesha and Hanuman and Ram.
Shivalinga.
Yes, they had a
Yeah.
lot of Shivalingas.
And then the Garuda on the mountain.
Yes.
Garuda shaped mountain also there, and the footprints of Indian culture there. We can see it. How that life is different from Australian life. You're an Australian citizen, and what is the difference between Australia and Vietnam people? And
I don't know. I feel like whenever I go around, we don't have that many like night marketplaces or just marketplaces in general, because we're like one of those Western kind of countries. So everyone usually just stays at home or like in supermarkets and shopping malls. So yeah.
you saw much more greenery in Vietnam,
Yes.
water and fertile soils, people, friendly people. What do you think about Vietnam, and you compare with Australian is less water, because you see a lot of sea water, but not
Yeah.
fresh water is not that abundant. No?
But I feel like Vietnam is a lot more like it's not polluting, it's very green, and yeah, it seems a lot more healthier than Australia, because Australia has lots of factories with smoke but
Less
Vietnam-
pollution, you
yeah,
mean to say?
Vietnam seems like more eco-friendly.
You see any poverty there?
No, I didn't really see that much
Mhm.
poverty.
So people are happy generally?
Yes, not as much as Australia or other countries.
You mean to say Australian people are more happy than Vietnam people?
No, Vietnam. I mean, when you go to the suburbs around the city, you don't see that many. But like in the city, in the actual like Melbourne city, you don't. You
Yeah,
see lots of poor
actually
people.
Vietnam is the 5th happiest country in the world.
I didn't know that.
And also the per capita income of Vietnam is higher than India. So people are generally contented, happy, but we don't see any misery or anything like that. The entire infrastructure is new, vehicles are new, people are friendly, lot of construction is happening. Do you think 5 years back your parents went there and they see a lot of difference? Next 10-15 years, do you think that there will be a lot of change?
I feel like Vietnam will definitely grow and expand, but I can't say if it's for better or for worse. But I feel like the tourism will really go up.
Why worse? Why you have a doubt?
I don't know.
Huh?
I mean, most countries like Vietnam's really eco-friendly, but if they expand, they could build more.
Beyond
Yeah.
a point. Huh?
Yeah, They could build more, so yeah.
More
I feel
pollution,
like, yeah,
maybe.
more pollution.
They are sucked into the development model and their pristine beauty may be gone.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you're right. And you have that idea. What do you think about American behavior or French behavior in Vietnam? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. I feel like then the people were not as like they didn't really know what was going to happen because in wars I don't feel anyone really wins. They both lose because they both lose. Like families lose their like
You're right.
sons or husbands or brothers and and the country loses a lot of people as well. So,
And what else you want to say about Vietnam? Your experience in swimming the sea, along with your parents, along with your sister.
my sister really enjoyed it. Me and my sister, yes, we both loved swimming. My parents, not so much. I mean, they liked it, but
If given an opportunity, will you go back again to Vietnam after some time?
I feel like I wouldn't go back to all of it, just some of it. Maybe I'll go to Halong Bay, definitely. Hanoi.
You liked Halong
yeah,
Bay?
Yeah, Hanoi and Halong Bay are two of the places I would like
In
to.
Hanoi, have you seen that Ho Chi Minh's mausoleum?
Oh, yes. That was both exciting and creepy because I did see Ho Chi Minh's dead body.
And you see a lot of students coming there to see.
Yes.
Huh?
And there were a lot of army corps.
So what else you want to say about?
Well, if you do go to Vietnam, I would recommend the food. Try every single food item that's
Fruit.
there. Food.
Food, yeah.
In general, yes.
In
So,
general, yeah,
fruit,
you see a lot of. The
Yes.
food is very healthy and the protein.
I
lot of
love the
protein.
food. Yes, it tastes amazing.
Thank you, Indu, for the excellent interview and you gave a lot of details at a very young age. Thank you very much.